Good evening and welcome to News Round on Atlantic TV. I am Nkuchu Tejere. Here are our top stories. Federal government sets August 2025 deadline for overstayed foreigners, vows strict enforcement after amnesty. 2027, Peter Obi says he's ready for one-term presidency in power-sharing deal. PDP caucus meeting ends in chaos as security operatives eject members, shatter glass door. Dangote Refinery slashes petrol price to 840 naira per litre amid falling global oil prices. US DOJ targets naturalized citizens for denaturalization over fraudulent citizenship. Oberewari urges civil service reform to fast-track SDG goals as Delta marks Public Service Week. And on sports news, Manchester United reportedly monitors Aston Villa star Oli Watkins in the case against Rasmus Højlund. Now to the news in full. The federal government has set August 1st, 2025 as the deadline to begin issuing stiff penalties to foreigners who have overstayed their visas. Interior Minister Dr. Olubunmi Tunji-Ojo, who spoke on Monday, was quoted as saying, once the amnesty period is over, Nigeria will implement the law 100%. He disclosed this at a stakeholders' sensitization on major Nigeria Immigration Service innovations in international passenger travel at the service headquarters in Abuja. He also said the recently launched electronic visa regime has processed over 14,000 applications within its first 6 weeks. The United States government has formalized efforts to revoke U.S. citizenship from certain naturalized citizens. A memo from the United States Department of Justice, DOJ, has directed attorneys in the Civil Division to prioritize denaturalization proceedings against naturalized citizens who committed certain offenses. Denaturalization is a process in which a person is stripped of their citizenship, especially the one acquired through nationalization and not by birth. The memo published on June 11th on the website of the U.S. DOJ asked the attorneys to prioritize denaturalization against citizens who had illegally procured or procured naturalization by concealment of a material fact or by willful misrepresentation. Dangote Petroleum Refinery has reduced its ex-depot price for premium motor spirits PMS, also known as petrol, to 840 naira per litre. The reduction represents a 40 naira decrease from the previous rate of 880 naira per litre. In an update on Monday by Anthony Chiejina, Chief Corporate Communications Officer of Dangote Group, Dangote Refinery announced the price slash. The development follows a recent downward trend in global oil prices, with Brent crude oil falling by 1.54% from $68.67 on June 23rd to $67.61 before the close of business today. Peter Obi, the Labour Party presidential candidate in the 2023 general elections, says he is willing to be a one-term president in 2027. Obi, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, ex-Transportation Minister Rotimi Amechi, and Nasir El-Rufai, former Governor of Kaduna State, are putting together a coalition ahead of the 2027 general elections. Speaking during a Twitter space hosted by Parallel Facts, Obi said any candidate from the South elected president in 2027 must be prepared to leave office on May 28, 2031, in line with the unwritten power-sharing agreement and the zoning principle. The caucus meeting of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, descended into chaos on Monday as security operatives forcefully ejected some members from the National Executive Committee, NEC Hall. 2 members were forcibly removed by security operatives after some protocol officers claimed they had no business being at the meeting. In the course of dragging them out, the glass door was shattered. The PDP has witnessed heightened drama and fresh twists in its crisis in the past 2 weeks. Ali Bukar Dalori has formally assumed office as the acting national chairman of the All Progressives Congress (APC) following the resignation of Abdullahi Ganduje. Ganduje tendered his resignation on Friday. Suraj Ajibola, National Secretary of the party, presented Ganduje's resignation letter to the National Working Committee (NWC) during its meeting on Monday. Dalori addressed the NWC in his first meeting under his leadership, saying he is taking on the responsibility with humility, responsibility, and loyalty. Meanwhile, the National Working Committee (NWC) of the All Progressives Congress (APC) has fixed July 24th for a National Executive Committee (NEC) meeting to nominate a new national chairman for the party. A federal high court in Abuja has fixed October 6th to hear a suit filed by Diezani Alison Madueke, former Minister of Petroleum Resources, challenging the forfeiture of her assets to the federal government. Godwin Iyimbo, Alison Madueke's lawyer, told the court that the case was for hearing when the matter was called, noting that the legal team has responded to the 2 motions that it was served. Mofesomo Oyetibo, counsel to the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission (EFCC), informed the court that he was appearing in the case for the first time. Mohammed Umar, the presiding judge, also noted that the matter was coming up before him for the first time and adjourned the case to October 6th for hearing. Let's take a short break right now. When we return, more news stories to come.
Don't miss out on exciting news, events, and more. Stay connected by following us on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Atlantic Media and TV.
Welcome back. Owolabi Salis, a Nigerian-born lawyer and politician, has made history as the first Nigerian to travel to space. Salis was among 6 passengers aboard Blue Origin's NS-33 mission, which lifted off from West Texas on June 29, 2025. According to Space in Africa, the 10-minute suborbital flight took the crew past the Kármán line, the internationally recognized boundary of space, reaching the peak altitude of 105.2 kilometers. With this feat, Salis joins the ranks of citizen astronauts who have ventured into space under the New Shepard program. As Delta State marks the 2025 Public Service Week, Governor Sheriff Oborevwori has emphasized the need for accelerated public service delivery to achieve the Sustainable Development Goals (SDGs) by 2030. Speaking at the public lecture organized by the Office of the Head of Service with the theme 5 Years to 2030, Accelerating Public Service Delivery for a Sustainable Future, the governor stressed the importance of building institutional capacity, leveraging knowledge, and enhancing accountability to drive development. Governor Oborevwori maintained that the state is committed to transforming the public service through robust human capital development under his administration's MORE agenda. He assured civil servants that his government remains firmly dedicated to their welfare. Billy Kesu Olagunju, a care worker in the United Kingdom, has been sentenced to prison after CCTV footage showed her abusing John Attard, her client, at his home in Bexley, Kent. The videos obtained by the court came from a camera set up in the house by Chris, Attard's son, who discovered his father unresponsive in bed with blood dripping down his face on Christmas morning in 2022. When Olagunju arrived to her job on Christmas Eve, the clips showed how she shouted at the great-grandfather to stand while she struggled to dress him. Olagunju dragged him by the arm across the living room floor while Attah said, "You're hurting me." The care worker also threatens to flog the 88-year-old man and call the police on him. The Nigerian Education Loan Fund, NEL Fund, has warned students against falling for a fake loan portal with fraudulent messages circulating online. Osayemi Oluwatuyi, the fund's Director of Strategic Communications, issued a statement on Monday. She said the attention of NEL Fund was drawn to a fraudulent message currently circulating online. Oluwatuyi appealed to students to report any suspicious messages or websites to the fund via email at info@nelf.gov.ng. And on sports news, Manchester United are reportedly monitoring Aston Villa star Ollie Watkins as a potential target in the case that Rasmus Højlund leaves the club this summer. Højlund, 22, has struggled since moving to Old Trafford from Atlanta in 2023 for £72 million and scored just 4 Premier League goals last season. The Danish forward has subsequently been linked with a move away, with Inter Milan touted as one possible option. And with that sports news, we come to the end of News Rounds for today. Please do well to follow us on all our social media platforms and our website for more news stories and updates. Thank you for watching. I am Nkechi Tejere, and happy New Month.